With the news tonight, I'm Royce and Drakes. Thanks for joining us. We begin the news tonight by telling you extradition proceedings to start on Friday for U.S. murder accused Troy Thomas, when the matter was called for the second time this morning in the Georgia Magistrates Court before Acting Chief Magistrate Shardell Isaacs Marcus. Thomas had a battery of lawyers headed by Attorney at Law Nigel Hughes, Bernard De Silva, and Darren Wade, all representing him. Magistrate Isaacs Marcus will be hearing arguments on behalf of the governments of Guyana and the United States. Police Prosecutor Gordon Mansfield is representing Guyana, while Attorney at Law Stacey Gooden is representing the government of the United States. Gooden disclosed statements that she said contain evidence against Thomas to the prosecution and the defense. The attorney handed over about 3 folders containing documents. Among the documents is a statement by one Amelia Gladstone, whose purpose, Gooden said, is to tender documents on behalf of the U.S. government. The documents also include a copy of statements issued under Section 6 of the Fugitive Act and statements from 2 senior police officers in the Guyana Police Force. U.S. fugitive Troy Anthony Thomas was arrested by local police at Lilliandale on the east coast of Demerara last week. Thomas is wanted in the U.S. for the 2011 murder of Guyanese Keith Frank, who was killed outside a party in South Richmond Hill, Queens. U.S. law enforcement agents believe that Thomas, within hours of the murder, fled the jurisdiction and crossed over to Canada from the United States. In Canada, he reportedly used travel documents belonging to a relative, boarded a Caribbean Airlines flight, arriving in Guyana in the early hours of the morning before the bulletin for his arrest reached Interpol. Thomas was living in Guyana for the past 8 years. More news after this break. Stay with us.
Hey, looky there. Let me go techie boots.
Boots? No, mama, I ain't gonna get lock up teeth in them big stinky 30-second boots. Plus, it gonna be more cheaper online. And then got my favorite color, pink. Let me go along.
Online shopping. Cheaper, faster, better. Passback.
Breaking news alert. Don't be scammed or fooled by top brand imported mattresses. The imported mattress has a 320 coil count. Comfort Sleep mattresses have 416 coils. Top brand imported coil thickness is 1 millimeter. Comfort Sleep mattresses, 2 millimeters. Top brand imported spring size is 55 inches by 75 inches. Comfort Sleep, 58 inches by 78 inches. Top brand imported protection mats are of poor quality and very thin. Comfort Sleep mattresses use a 780-gram protection mat. The top brand imported mattresses use a thinner foam. Comfort Sleep uses a wider and thicker foam. Don't waste your hard-earned money on a poor quality imported mattress. Buy quality. Buy Comfort Sleep mattresses.
Welcome back. Utility truck damage in fire at GPL's Kingston Power Station. Major disaster averted. Quick work by the Guyana Fire Service and GPL staff at the Water Street Kingston Power Station averted a major disaster this afternoon. This was after a truck caught fire and quickly spread to the fuel holding area back of the building. The Guyana Fire Service dispatched 5 units to the location, including foam tenders and water support. Fire Chief Mylan Gentle told reporters the fire started around 2:30 this afternoon. He said the fire department has not been able to go through a full damage assessment as yet.
We were able to contain the fire using our firefighting resources as well as the in-house firefighting resources of the power company. So far we could see a truck was damaged and there's some pipes and other paraphernalia connected to the power generation facility that's been damaged. We have not been able to go through a full damage assessment as yet, but this is what we're seeing so far. We're still in firefighting mode because if you look behind me, there's 1 million gallons of fuel, high fuel that are used for the generators that is still under threat. We still have some cooling to do. It will take a while, and then we'll go into investigative mode. For power generation, there are a lot of different hazards involved in a small space. Fuel for the generators themselves, paraphernalia that transmits, use it for the generation to transmit their power when they're generating. That will entail different types of plastics, rubbers, and insulation, and so on. So it's a combination of different types of hazards that has to have a special type of intervention. That's why we're using high expansion foams, so that is a dual purpose activity in that it cools and it also smothers the fire. And it's also good for hydrocarbons.
Gentle was pleased with the response of members of the Guyana Fire Service. He said over time the Guyana Fire Service has had its in-house exercises in this area of firefighting with the power company.
Stag, a man's beer.
Breaking news alert. Don't be scammed or fooled by top brand imported mattresses. The imported mattress has a 320 coil count. Comfort Sleep mattresses have 416 coils. Top brand imported coil thickness is 1 millimeter. Comfort Sleep mattresses 2 millimeters. Top brand imported spring size is 55 inches by 75 inches. Comfort Sleep 58 inches by 78 inches. Top brand imported protection mats are of poor quality and very thin. Comfort Sleep mattresses use a 780-gram protection mat. The top brand imported mattresses use a thinner foam. Comfort Sleep uses a wider and thicker foam. Don't waste your hard-earned money on a poor quality imported mattress. Buy quality. Buy Comfort Sleep mattresses.
Prospective homeowners, the Central Housing and Plan Authority invites you to their open house event starting Friday, March 9th through March 23rd, 2018. Come down to Perseverance East Bank Demerara Housing Scheme and have a look at our move-in ready, stylish, modern and affordable duplexes. Our homes afford you endless opportunities to create lifelong memories. So be sure to visit our open house event as we continue to
open minds while opening doors.
Welcome back. Now we take you around the courts. Time to take you around the courts and we tell you about 4 men who were remanded for robbery on the high seas. 4 suspected pirates were remanded to prison following a recent pirate attack on Biscash Balkasoon. The men, 18-year-old Sanjay Jagbir, 19-year-old Rajendra Parsunram, 22-year-old Vishnu Jagbir, and 25-year-old Mahindra Sanichar, all stood before Magistrate Shardel Isaacs Marcus and were not required to enter a plea to the indictable charge. The charge stated on February 19th, while armed with guns and cutlasses, the 4 men in Guyana's territorial waters robbed Balkasoon of his Yamaha boat engine, along with several other items, which included $450,000 worth of gasoline, all totaling $4.6 million. The men's attorney, Paul Fongofat, told the court that his clients were beaten by officers and forced to sign caution statements. Police prosecutor Gordon Mansfield strongly objected to bail based on the serious nature of the charge and the fact that weapons were used in the commission of the robbery. He further noted that several caution statements were given on the day of the arrest. Just last week, another accused was charged and remanded for the same robbery and is expected to be jointly charged with the 4 who appeared in court on Monday. All the men have been remanded to prison and will make their next court appearance on March 27th at the Springlands Magistrate Court. And that's a wrap for this edition of our news. Do join us again tomorrow for another edition.